All right, our VirginiaPreps.com Zoomcast is now with a special guest here on this final Saturday of July 2022. Matt Hatfield here with you, and we are pleased to be welcoming to our program, I guess our episode, the standout from Dan River High School in Virginia, Ringgold, representing here with Ty Coleman, who made his college commitment to play in the ACC for the Wahoos, the University of Virginia, coming off a splendid junior campaign, 36 receptions for 699 yards, 7 touchdowns to go with 36 tackles, 7 INTs on defense in 8 games played a season ago. I think it was tops in the entire state. Ty, first and foremost, congratulations. How's it feel to be a Wahoo?
Feels great, man. Feels great. It's unreal.
Well, it's amazing because you had a real quiet yet sudden blow up with your recruitment. Let's first dig into why UVA and what made you decide to do it now here as July's coming to a close.
Um, UVA is different. They recruit their recruits and they make them feel like a family. You know, it's not all about football with them. They want to build you as a man, as a character, and prepare you for life. So I feel like they just stood out to me, and I felt at home there. And I really like their new head coach, Coach Elliott. We really connected when we first met. So yeah, that was a big plus.
Yeah, it's funny. I think you tweeted out about 8, 9 days ago. This time a year ago, you had 0 offers, 0 stars, 0 interest. You were a complete unknown, which we'll get to all that. But what was it about Coach Elliott and the entire staff there? You said UVA is different. How so? And I take it it's a good way, a good different. It makes you feel like, all right, this was the right spot for me.
Like I said, it's just not all about football there. You know, most programs they really just want the athlete, and they want to, of course, they want to propel you as an athlete, but they don't really look past just the athlete. They just look at the athlete. They don't look at you as a young man. But with UVA, the athlete, being an athlete is more of a secondary thing. They like to mold young men into grown men and great decision makers in the future. And of course, they are a great academic school, which that was a big plus. And I just felt like I was wanted. I was wanted there.
Now, what was the reaction from Coach Elliott and the staff when you told them it was UVA? Did you get a big rush and rouse from them? What was that like?
Yeah, man. Pretty much the whole coaching staff texted me and were congratulating me, and they were glad that I made the decision. And they said they can't wait to work. So when I get there, I'm gonna work.
You got a shirt here I see with the chain. Is that it says those your top schools that you had? It was let's see, I see Wake
Uh,
Forest was on it, JMU, top 10, West Virginia, East Carolina, Elon. You had a bunch of different schools, Richmond, and they all got in late. What was it UVA? What were the coaches they say to you? Because you're a dynamic player, both sides of the ball, even special teams, which I'm sure we'll get up to. What was it they said made you stand out to them?
uh, they like to keep home. They like to keep in-state guys at home, and I guess they really liked my film, and they really liked me as a character, because um, it's more to this recruiting thing other than just football. So I guess I really just stood out to them as a character. And once they made the offer, I was ecstatic.
Mm-hmm. Now you're checking it out. Let's make sure I got this right here. Height and weight, 6'3", a buck 80. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You're long, you're talented. In fact, one of the things that we've got in one of our sleeper reports is great reaction time plus ball skills that translate to either side of the ball, 4x400 meter relay, track speed, can play either side of the ball. One of our film evaluations was, we like you at DB. So I want to know, what's UVA like you? Did they like you at wide receiver? They like you at DB? What are they saying?
Well, they're recruiting me for both, so I've been in contact with both Coach Cox and Coach Higgins. So they're really kind of fighting over me on both sides of the ball. So I guess it'll be decided when I get there.
Okay. So you're going as the total athlete, which you certainly are. Now, if Ty Coleman had to choose on July 30th, and we know it might not ultimately be your decision as far as what you play, you'll play whatever. What would you say is your best suit as far as wide receiver, defensive back? What do you think you do best?
I feel like this is a good question. I feel like
Yeah, I asked it. That's why it's a good question. I asked it.
yeah, I feel like I'm a more complete receiver than I am a DB because DB last year was really my first year ever playing DB, and I just had good reaction time and good ball skills. But it's more to DB. It's like you have to read coverages and you have to know. You have to know coverages and drop back into your zones. But I'm gonna keep working, and every day I'm getting better at DB. So I'm starting to fall in love with DB more. So it's really still in the middle. I'm trying to fill out my frame, put some weight on, so I could come down and make that hit this season.
Mhm.
So I could be a more complete DB as well as a receiver.
So would it be fair to say you're more polished, seasoned, ready at receiver now, but a year from now, 2 years from now, the upside potential could be greater at DB? Is that a fair way to characterize it from your perspective?
Yes, that's right on the money. Yes, sir.
There we go. And that's the debate for Coach Cox and Coach Hagens and those guys and Coach Elliott for them to all figure out. They'll have fun with that, I'm sure. One side of the room's
Yes,
going
sir.
this way, the other way. And you do play special teams. Now, you return kicks, punt, and you also punted a season ago. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I definitely did. Our punter was out. He had a big race. He's a runner. He's a great runner, by the way. Yeah, but he had a race to prepare for, and he was out. So I had to kick against Appo. And I think this year with
Well,
him
you
not
said
coming
I
back,
don't
I
mean to
think I'm
cut you
gonna
off.
be
You
back
said you
there
had to kick
again.
against
So
Appo. Well, I didn't mean to cut you off. You said you kick against Appo. For those who don't know what that is, now people in Southwest Virginia know that's Appomattox, who's been a state championship team, and they got some deadly guys like Penix and big time return
yeah,
men. But go ahead, what you were saying. I didn't mean to cut you off. For people to know what Appo was.
yeah. So I don't think he's coming back this year. So we won't have a kicker. So I think I'll be back there again if
Okay.
nobody else shows up, which is not it's not bad. I'm pretty good at it, but it's just something else that in my bag of tricks.
Well, you probably pride yourself at this point as a three-phase playmaker. So you're telling, well, the UVA coaches figure out, well, they're going to play you on offense, defense. Put me on special teams right away. I'll return some kicks, punts. I'll do something and make an impact in that phase, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Have you heard any comps from college coaches or other scouts, evaluators of what your game, who it reminds them of? And if not, or if so, who do you like to study and try to emulate on the field? Anybody in particular?
I haven't really heard any comparisons, but I like players like Ja Alexander, the corner for Green Bay. I
Mhm.
went to his camp a few years ago, actually.
Okay.
Um, I like the Honey Badger, Tyrann Matthew. I like Mike Evans, big receiver. I like big receivers like Mike Evans and Julio. He's kind of a vet now, but I still watch his game. And then like with the route running, of course I watch Jerry Judy and Odell. You know, I grew up. I'm an Eagles fan, so my biggest inspiration as a child was Deshaun Jackson and LaShawn McCoy. So I really fell in love with them at a young age.
Okay. I was thinking it was Buck since you mentioned Julio, who once upon a time was a Falcon, and Evans there, but big Eagles fly, Eagles fly. Could be a good year for them. Now we were just
Yes,
chatting.
sir.
We get to finish up on the outlook of the season in the rapid fire with you here with Ty Coleman, Dan River High School's finest. He's a three-star for now. Might go up in the rankings, but nonetheless, he is committed to play his college football in the ACC at the University of Virginia. You didn't have a whole lot of attention recruiting wise a year ago, but it blew up from offers from all over. I mean, we mentioned the likes of UVA in the picture, who you ultimately committed to, and William and Mary and Elon and Virginia Tech and this school and Wake Forest and that school. What was the fuel for you that I think propelled this? What drove this, and what do you think made this all happen from your eyes looking back at it?
Um, God, nothing's possible without God. So I keep praying and keep working, and He'll do the rest. I know last year I was contemplating on transferring because I didn't think I was going to get the exposure that I ended up getting, but I talked with my mom and prayed about it, and everything worked out. So now I'm trying to get some other guys that deserve that exposure on our team. I'm trying to get them the exposure that they deserve.
And that's so awesome that you stayed the course. The grind paid off for you, and the loyalty and passion and dedication's working. Now, you want to give some other guys some shine. So tell us about a couple of these Dan River Wildcats. I know the season record wasn't what you wanted a year ago. Had a good spring season, I think, the year before, 4-1, just 3-7 mark, I think it was this past year. But tell me some other Wildcats to watch out for besides Ty Coleman this coming year on Friday nights for the Dan River Wildcats.
Last year we were a pretty young team, so this year I'm pretty confident with our chemistry and stuff, and we're coming together. We're all getting better day by day. And a few guys you should look out for is O-lineman Davion Miller. He's a senior this year. He's 6'5", 330, and moves like a receiver. We have another O-lineman, Miles Walker. He's one of the hardest working O-linemen on the team. And then we have receivers like Jacoby Davis. He's the Edmonds brothers' cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So he should have a breakout season this year. He's been working very, very hard. And then we got like Trayvon Brooks. We just have a very talented team this year, and I'm very excited to see what we do. And if everything goes to plan, we should turn this record around.
That'd be great because Region 2C is very competitive out there to some of the teams that you guys see out in Dogwood. I mean, you mentioned Appomattox has won some state championships. I know you play Magna Vista and Bassett early on. Bassett's got some weapons. And can't forget about other teams that are outside your district from the Piedmont and, Radfords of the world, Glenver. So there's some good teams out there that you guys will see on a regular basis as you try to get the school its first playoff victory from what I'm showing here since 2016. What's it going to take to make that happen?
We just got to keep working. We've been making a lot of progress. We've been in the weight room. We got a couple of guys benching 400 or 500. A couple of guys squatting 6. We've been in the weight room as well as on the field conditioning. I feel like nobody in the state conditions as much as us. Coach's favorite saying is, if we do end up losing, it won't be because we're tired. And that's something we pride ourselves on. And we're going to move the ball around, hand it off, and focus on winning games.
That's great. Well, the top 40 players in the state from the Commonwealth going to UVA, Ty Coleman joining a list that includes Kamren Robinson from Essex, also Miles Greene from Highland Springs, Rodney Lora from Woodberry Forest, Cole Surber from Patriot High School in Northern Virginia, and a couple more could be joining Donte Hawthorne from Massaponax, actually Colonial Forge now running back. There's a couple guys uncommitted before we get to rapid fire and finish up here with you. Any message to anybody you're trying to get to join the UVA connection here from staying in state under Coach Elliott?
Just come home. Sorry, I gotta say, come home. You'll love it here. I promise.
Okay. We know there's a couple guys that could maybe have UVA. I know there's a guy named Bassett Phoebus, a guy named Penix Appomattox. We shall see if they end up joining you at UVA. Well, before we let you run, Ty, ready to play some rapid fire with us?
Yes, sir.
Here we go with Ty Coleman from Dan River High School. He gets done on offense, defense, special teams before he heads to Charlottesville to play his college football. All right, what's your favorite TV show?
Wild 'N Out.
Okay. How about favorite movie?
Alvin and Chipmunks.
I haven't heard that one. All right.
Yeah.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Time travel.
Okay. What's the holiday you like the most?
I feel like everybody says Christmas, but I'm gonna go with Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Family time.
Pick six to win the game or a kickoff punt return to win the game?
It's like pick six. There's nothing like crushing the offense.
Okay. Gatorade or Powerade?
Gatorade.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, or tic-tac-toe?
Tic-tac-toe.
All right. If you were to have somebody play you in a movie one day, who would you choose?
Let's see. I have no clue.
No clue?
No clue.
All right. You want to come back to that one? We can come back to that one.
Yeah, we can come back.
All right. Last two. If you could trade places with one person in the world, who would you pick?
Elon Musk.
Oh, Elon Musk. All right. I don't know if you'll have Twitter or not, but hey, we shall see. And lastly, what is Ty Coleman's favorite subject and least favorite subject in school?
My least favorite is probably history because it's all facts and not really any work to it. And my most favorite is science because it's more hands on and you could experiment and you can get into it.
All right. Well, the fans at Denver High School will be rolling for this guy and his mates on August 26th when they play host to Tunstall in their season opener. All the best to you, Ty. Thank you so much. Look forward to catching up with you again sometime after a big victory, hopefully for you this year as you guys go towards the march to the playoffs. And all the best to you at UVA as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ty Coleman from Danville High School, the latest UVA commit with us here on our VirginiaPreps.com Zoomcast, available on VirginiaPreps.com, Rivals.com, and on our YouTube channel.